Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.
Hi, I'm Cherry Johnson with Watauga County Arts Council, and I've got to reintroduce you for the, I don't know the how manyth time, to a dear, dear friend of mine. This is Dianne Hackworth. I call her my co-conspirator. Dianne and I have been friends for 20 years.
20 years.
And Dianne and I are responsible for a lot of mischief in Watauga County.
Good mischief, good mischief.
Dianne and I she used to live in Boone. She was a professional storyteller.
Still am.
And she moved away a few years ago, unfortunately, to Tennessee. They finally got her back.
Yeah.
And she was originally from Tennessee. And before Dianne left, she and I did a lot of programs in this community. And we really, so much good energy, so many good ideas that we've been able to hatch just sitting around chatting and having a good time. Among them, you'll recognize some of this. I'm going to start with some of the lesser known ones. Living Traditions was a program that we dreamed up.
Oh, yeah.
And,
that was fun.
Yeah, that was. And that was a program where it started out you and, what was that guy's name?
Oh, goodness. It's been a few years.
I'll think of it in a minute.
Mary and...
there were three different artists that you worked with over time. Mary Green was...
Glenn.
Yes.
It was Glenn came in, Glenn Bolick.
But we have had so many different people coming in and working with Dianne, but this particular program showcased the storytelling and Appalachian culture of our region in different ways. And it ended up being a program where Dianne and Mary in particular showcased different aspects of our traditional culture. So it was things such, not just storytelling, but also music, and also things like handcrafts and things of that sort. We had people shared their personal stories one time.
Yes. Oh, that was fun.
Kids learned traditional games, old-time games. You remember that?
That's where we ran into the forget-me-nots the first time.
Is it?
It is.
I didn't remember that.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Well, they're all grown up now.
They're all grown up. I haven't forgotten them.
See, you never forget the forget-me-nots.
No.
And then Dianne and I also had a whole lot to do with the reason she's in Boone this week is because of the Summer Arts Camp. We started doing Missoula Children's Theater with productions with them back in 1993. And we realized that parents needed something to do with their kids so that they wouldn't have to come back and forth before the rehearsal schedule. It was getting a little hectic for parents. And so we started cooking up this camp concept.
Yeah.
And Dianne developed what's now the Summer Arts Camp educational component, which this summer they are doing the Secret Garden.
Secret Garden.
And then we have you doing storytelling with them, and we have, when the kids aren't rehearsing, we have them doing things. And so she's doing storytelling, and we have Kelly Snyder doing music and also visual art. We have Karen Sabo doing theater related stuff, and then we have Pat Lano doing music with them as well. So we're keeping those kids really busy this week. So we've decided that's the way you keep them out.
They're just having so much fun.
They are. They are.
Yeah.
And then probably the best known program that Dianne and I cooked up was the Summer Concerts on the Lawn.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody remembers the Summer Concerts on the Lawn. Now, to clarify, the Watauga County Arts Council was the developer.
We dreamed it up.
Yeah, we thought it up. And we had this cool idea. We were sitting in my office, which was over the front door of the Jones house, and we looked out across that lawn and said, it's a shame that lawn is sitting out there and nobody uses it.
Nobody there.
And we thought, wouldn't it be great if we could have performers sitting out there and maybe people could come listen. They can bring their own chairs. And we thought it'd be good, so we called a few good friends. One of them was Becca Eggers-Grider.
We also wanted to find a way to showcase our own local talent.
That was a big deal.
That was the big part of it.
Because giving local artists an opportunity, not just bringing in people from other places, but celebrating what's already here. And so we started having a few friends come over and watch different performers perform, and some of them did it 2 or 3 times that first summer.
Yes, I think Becca did a couple of times.
And so Mary Green came. Some, and we had just an assortment of local artists, good friends.
Echo Park.
Oh yes, our dear friends Echo Park. And we had, do you remember Hawkhurst?
Hawkhurst. He's down in Charleston now.
I know. What happened to our good artists?
I know.
But anyway, we had this great idea that sort of grew. And it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's
Literally.
become a staple
Yes.
of the community. Now, as you already know, the Arts Council is no longer at the Jones House Community Center. So the summer concerts on the lawn is not happening in 2012. However, there are concerts going on there at the Jones House, and certainly I would encourage you to go and enjoy them.
Especially tonight.
Well, this is the day we're taping it is tonight. They will be
that's
seeing
right.
this tonight.
That's right.
Dianne is going to be featured in one of those concerts, and it would have been a 20th celebration.
Of
So,
the
and
concerts
it is
on
a
the
celebration of
lawn.
20
It's still-
years. It's just not
right,
of our series.
right.
And so, anyway, though, Dianne and I have just done so many good things together, and I thought you might enjoy getting to see her again. Some of you are going to recognize her and go, I remember her.
Oh, yeah. When I was this big.
Yeah, I told Dianne we got to cook up some more more things.
More
you know.
things to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got more
yeah.
good stuff happening. But I also thought that you might enjoy hearing one of the stories. I know I was telling folks here at MTN that when my son was little, of course he grew up on Dianne's stories.
Right.
And we had a cassette tape that rode in my car all the time. And when we were going down the road, we were listening to Dianne and El Gato and Wide Mouth Frog.
Oh, Wide Mouth Frog.
I haven't heard Wide Mouth Frog in years.
Seriously?
Would you tell me Wide Mouth Frog?
Would you like to hear
Dianne?
Wide Mouth Frog? It's always a favorite. Everybody likes Wide Mouth Frog. Well, the Wide Mouth Frog didn't realize he was a wide mouth frog. But when he was just a little tiny frog, his mama had said, now little frog, you stay right here by my side. Don't you go hopping off down the road without your mama. But you might realize that little frogs, they don't listen to their mamas. And off down the road he hopped. And as he hopped off down the road, he made up a song to sing. A song about his favorite subject, himself. He started singing, Wide Mouth Frog, Wide Mouth Frog, how very great it is to be a wide mouth frog. Ooh, he was having so much fun hopping down the road singing his song all by himself without his mama. Then he stopped. He saw something. He didn't know what it was because he's just a little frog. And he doesn't know much, not yet. He looks at this creature with 8 legs. Wow! What are you? I'm a spider. Wow! What do spiders eat? We eat flies and gnats and insects, things like that. Wow! I'm a wide mouth frog. And he went hopping on down the road, singing his favorite song. And people always want to sing along. Wide mouth frog, wide mouth frog, how very great it is to be a wide mouth frog. Ooh, he's having so much fun hopping along that road all by himself without his mama. Then he stopped. He saw something. Didn't know what it was because he's just a little frog. He doesn't know much, not yet. He looks at this creature and sees 2 legs covered with feathers hopping around. Wow! What are you? I'm a bird. Wow! What do birds eat? We eat worms. We eat bugs. We eat seed. Wow! I'm a wide mouth frog. And he went hopping on down the road, singing his favorite song. Wide mouth frog, wide mouth frog, how very great it is to be a wide mouth frog. Ooh, he was having so much fun hopping down the road singing his song all by himself without his mama. But he stopped. He stopped. He saw something. He didn't know what it was. Remember, he's just a little frog. He doesn't know much. Not yet. He looks at this creature. It's long and skinny and doesn't have any legs. Wow! What are you? I'm a snake. Wow. What do snakes eat? We eat rats, raw eggs, and wide mouth frogs. What? Did you say wide mouth frogs? Yes, that's my favorite. Uh-oh. Hey, Mr. Snake, I don't see any white mouth frogs. Do you see any white mouth frogs? No. No white mouth frogs around here, Mr. Snake. You have to go somewhere else to find a white mouth frog. I think I hear my mind calling. I'll go home. Bye! And he quickly hopped home, singing a new song. Small mouth frog, small mouth frog, how very great it is to be a small mouth frog.
And now you know why my son enjoyed that story so much.
And they still do.
Yeah.
And that's one of those kind of stories that both the little kids and the big kids really do get into.
Well, you do. You tell stories for all ages.
All ages.
And you tell stories. You're a professional storyteller.
Right.
Dianne has not just a heritage in storytelling. You grew up around storytelling as a lifetime thing.
Yes.
But she also really got serious about her storytelling. She went off and got herself a master's degree in storytelling. I didn't even know there was such a thing till I met Dianne.
East Tennessee State University.
So you now, what exactly does Dianne Hackworth do these days?
I tell stories. I do a lot of traveling to schools all around the Southeast mostly. And my favorite is to do residencies where I get to spend the whole week and work with the children on learning to tell stories themselves. Sometimes they create. Right.
And then you also do adult storytelling events.
Right. This next week I've got a whole week over at Wild Acres in Little Switzerland with adults, the whole week with adults.
That's great. You timed this cool weather thing really well.
I planned it for cool weather. Now it is cooler than not here in the mountains, but I don't know. Somebody's let me down on the cool temperatures.
Well, you brought it with you. That's what happened.
I'm afraid so.
And then also now you'll get chances to hear Dianne here in this area. You have various events that you come back and do
I do
for
come
us
back.
here.
I do come back.
I know you go to Todd General Store
Oh,
so
yes.
often.
Love Todd General Store. That's one of those little things that I started way back, and they have still kept it going there at Todd General Store every Tuesday night, storytelling.
And so now you also, Dianne was a big part of the Telebration. Now, Telebration actually originated in New England, I believe.
Right. And it's actually turned into a worldwide event.
You were the one that introduced it to the high
to this
country.
area, yes.
And it's still carried on. Doyle Pace is a local storyteller who is the vice president of the Arts Council's Board of Directors right now. And Doyle makes sure that we don't forget about Telebration every year.
Cannot forget. Every November.
This year, you know, they do it now at Mass General Store around the Potbelly
I know, and that's so good. I mean, it takes storytelling back to kind of its roots.
Exactly, kind of where it all started.
Right.
Yeah. But Dianne, you have a website.
I do.
And on it, I'm assuming you keep notices of things that you're doing, where you're going to be, so people can
check
learn
that
more.
out.
Also, now you have CDs.
I do have CDs. You know, it's kind of hard to pry them out of my hands, but I do have them.
Okay, no longer cassette tapes.
No, well, actually, I do still have some of those cassette tapes.
She's got a player. She's got a tape.
I still have some VHS tapes too with
no
stories.
8-tracks, though.
No, I don't have any 8-track tapes. No.
So I encourage you to get to know Dianne, whether you get to know her in person or whether it's through her website or her CDs or her 8-tracks or whatever she's got.
No 8-tracks.
But Dianne is obviously a wonderful person to know.
Thank you.
She's a big part of the arts in this community, even after she's left. And we do miss you so much.
I miss being here. I do. But it's really good to see so many of the projects and programs that I was involved in at the beginning still going on.
You know, now that the Arts Council is in this new, exciting phase of development, there's room for growth.
Oh, yes.
Room for new ideas.
Yes.
Dianne?
We'll have to sit down and talk.
We're going to do that.
All right.
We're going to get together. You'll just see what happens. Dianne and I never come out of a conversation without something going
Something's brewing. There's always.
So thank you for coming back.
Oh,
and
thank you
spending
for
some
having
time
me here
with
this week.
I've really enjoyed having some time with you, and I hope everybody else has enjoyed having a little snippet of a taste of
just a little bit of a story.
All right. Check out the Arts Council's website, watauga-arts.org. It'll tell you a lot about what's going on in the Watauga County Arts Council and the arts in the high country. But I'd encourage you to check out Dianne's website as well. And stay in touch with the arts. It's really an important part of our community, and we hope it's an important part of your life.
Yes.
The Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.